Hey y'all, Indigo here, back with the last match of this GAC season, the 3v3. We're in week 4 and it's the final round. We've got everything on the line here as far as Kyber goes. So I was doing the math and figuring out what I needed to do. I have to win this match, but I also need to clear a good amount of zones and get a decent score. And I was actually sitting down, adding up the feats and everything. Wasn't sure what to put down, so I went with a mix of GLs on D, but I kept a lot. I didn't keep everything. I'm kind of glad I kept a lot, because look, this dude went full asshole mode. Look at this top zone. So he's got 2 GLs up there. It's surprising though. He put some B filler squads in, but he's got 2 GLs up there, and then he's got the other 3 down here on the bottom. 3 of them plus his DR team and then a nuke team. So he made these front lines tough. Obviously I can only pick one way or the other. I can't full clear the board, and that means I can't get that tactical advance feat where I get like 325 banners or something for clearing the zones, because I would need a full clear. So I was thinking about what I should do. If I go top, it gives me a little more wiggle room, but then I gotta depend on ships, and since I know what I put down on defense are my 2 best fleets, there's no guarantee that I will even clear his ships, let alone one-shot him. And I still have to win this, which means I have to do a better job than he does. So since I have 2 GLs on the bottom and he put all 5 of his spread out front, the best thing I can think to do is go ahead and take his bottom zone, and if I can break through and let's say he doesn't have too much tough stuff in the bottom back, if I can clear the whole bottom, that'll put me ahead in points. Like, there's no way you can beat that by only being able to clear the top. And with no GLs in his roster for offense, there's no way he'll get past both of mine on the bottom. I've got JMK with Cat down there, and then I put, Ray with some tanks. So, I mean, even if he got rid of one, there's no way somebody's going to counter both of them without having their own GL, not after these nerfs and all that. So, long as everything works and I can push through the bottom, I mean, that sounds good on paper. So, that's what I'm trying to do. Taking this Geos against his Newt, I figured I'll start off with that and see how that goes, because that should be a win. I was able to get Newt out. I'm making no progress chewing through this L3. Pretty tanky. And so I went after Django, got 1 kill there. I want to hurry up and take him down again before he ends up doing a rocket or something and getting his bounty hunter resolve back, by killing one of my Geos permanently. Don't want that. So trying to get him out here. Thankfully he wasn't able to get it back, so I had him down, and then now I'm getting burnt, I'm getting all kinds of stuff, so I gotta get him out quick before things start to go haywire. This battle's already dragging on longer than I'd like. So we'll heal up here, get rid of the debuffs. Thankfully Django's gone. Now I can just go full bore after L3 and try to get her out of there. Throw it on auto and let the AI do the work. 51 banners there. That's good, that's perfectly fine. The JMK with Cat, you need Supreme Leader Kylo with Daka and Zombie, and I've used it a couple times. It works pretty well. You pretty much just follow the flow of the battle. Like, there's no real choices you have to make. You just keep doing the poke and swipe as you're able to, and so that's all I'm doing here. They like to go after Zombie because Zombie will have pretty much perma-taunt. Even when they can ignore it, they go after Zombie an awful lot. I thought my game froze there, but thankfully it was just the animation lag or whatever. And look at that, they still go after Zombie. They can keep that up all day, I don't care. Keep doing that, because that lets my Daka stay alive there. And meanwhile I'm just building up the hits and charging up my ultimate meter, trying to get those hits in. Keep doing the poke when I have to, swipe when I can, and then once I can get to my own ultimate, I should be good to go. Let them just pound away on zombie. Doesn't matter to me. Wasted that AoE with some foresights. You know, they got the dodges, but it doesn't really matter. You just use what you can when you can and keep charging it up. It's slow to go, that ultimate meter, but eventually you will get there. And that poke was able to take out GK. Now I can focus on Cat, so we'll try and do some damage on her as much as we can anyway. Keep going. Finally got some crits. Another double tap there. Making some good progress, and they're still on zombie. I don't think they've gone after Daka once, so that's great. And we'll take out Cat there. Got the ultimate up and ready, so we'll go ahead and pop that. We'll let Kylo do his thing, and we should be able to take out JMK here pretty quickly. Look at that, one poke got rid of all that protection, and we'll swipe for good measure. More hits with Daka. You know, nothing to really heal up, but I did it anyway to make sure. And there we go, 52 banners. That's pretty good for countering the newest, bestest GL in the game, I guess. So that worked. This one was a little iffy, I would say, because I didn't want to use Watt. I thought, okay, if anything fails or whatever he's got in the back, I might need Watt to throw down the techs, you know, to make something into a counter that I might need. And so I need to risk it here, and I'll just use C with armor and then set. And I've seen in the GAC histories that people have used this team. It's not perfect. You have to be able to get that level 3 Beskar on C, and then once he has that, he's pretty good. But since Rey doesn't really rely on crit hits for her damage, you know, the whirlwind and the ultimate, those aren't crit hits. You know, it doesn't help a ton, but I mean, it does help some. So I want to get that level 3 Beskar on him, and then it really doesn't matter how long armor lives after this. It's great if armor stays alive to tank out Rey's ultimate here, so that C doesn't have to absorb it all himself, and she did. So that took away all my protection. I got the AoE, so I got one out. Having Hermit Yoda in there is a little bit of a pain with him being able to constantly heal up the enemy Rey. So I don't like that. Gonna have to tank out a bit more damage than I care to, but at least, you know, at least my C is decently tanky. It does have that Beskar. I forget what all the bonuses it provides, but you know, he's got it, so it's got to help something, right? Just keep going after Rey, trying to get the shock and whatnot. She's in her ultimate again, so nothing I can do. Just killing time. Does her ultimate right there, and each one of these hits is getting me worried, because I don't really have a backup plan here. Like, this is it, so I'm doing whatever I can do to heal up health and protection. Like, do I basic? Should I link so I take 2 turns and maybe get a little bit more healing that way and get some protection back? So I did that, and I'm just like, what can I do to keep up my protection and health? So that's what I'm trying to do. Taking out a whirlwind, do the special there, got rid of Hermit Yoda. Now I finally feel like I'm in decent shape, at least with enough health and protection that I shouldn't be going anywhere. And I got her down into the yellow. I'm gonna have to tank out another ultimate. Look at that, and she gets me down into the yellow again, and hardly any protection. So not great. Had me a little nervous there, but you know, I'm slowly gaining it back, so I'm doing okay. It's just very iffy, and I don't know what he's got in the back, so Watt may come in handy, or I may not use him at all. Now I got to take out the Darth Revan team. Darth Revan, Darkside Basti, and then Malik. So I was like, what am I going to use here? And my own Darth Revan's on defense. I thought, you know what? I haven't used this team since, I think, the beginning of the season. It can fail. It seems to fail an awful lot, but it can work. So we'll go ahead and use it here. Just hit who we can when we can. It sucks when your team starts dying, but Luke's counters are what mainly does the work. So we're able to get rid of Malik, thankfully. Now I want to get rid of Darkside Basti because, she makes Revan a lot stronger. Trying to get rid of her, and then it'll be at least a little bit easier. Lone Revan left, and there we go. Not pretty at all, 49 banners there, but thankfully got through it. Now we're taking out his JML team. He's got Ezra and Barriss in with JML, and I didn't want to risk it, so I'm bringing at least 2 better support characters, I think, than what he's got. So I want to go straight after Barriss. I wanted the mark from Revan, even though I could use Jedi Revan as lead in another squad. I wanted to be able to focus down Barriss and get her out of the way. Otherwise, I could make this fight time out if I can't get to her and she kept healing and all that. Got to be able to get her out of there. So throw an armor shred, let Cam go in and do some big hits, take her right out. Once she's gone, it gets much easier. So now I can go after Ezra, do some hits on him, keep calling assist hits. My Revan hits pretty hard, so I'll just keep using him too along with Cam. Hit Luke when I have to, but if I can get rid of Ezra, then he won't ever be able to charge up his ultimate. He needs an extra Jedi to be able to use that inherited teachings. So that was my focus, is like get rid of the 2 sides and slow them down, and then I can charge up my own ultimate and just go ham on him. So that's what I'm doing. Got armor shred on him, E-flux, all good things. So the battle is, feels like it's in control here. Doing good stuff. Letting Cam put in the work with his heavy hits. So far so good. Everybody's decently healthy, so I didn't have to worry about him getting into ultimate. I've got my own ultimate here, so we'll go ahead and just pop it, even though at this point I really don't need it. I'm in good shape. And I didn't end up doing one move that where it benefited, but at least I did it and I got through that front zone. I fully expected a much harder back zone than this. We put a bunch of filler squads back here. I think maybe had I chose to go top, he would use his leftover good squads to also clear my top and try to beat me that way, because if he was more efficient doing that and got the win, that would keep me from Kyber. Like if I got the win and I think 1,000 banners on top of that, that's what I needed for Kyber. So I really had to clear the 2 bottom zones to hit enough banners or hit enough feats. I was doing the math and thinking I'd have to one-shot the whole top if I went that way, and I may not make it point-wise unless I picked up enough feats. Like, it's that close. I was messing around all season with heavy defenses and everything else. I think I've won 7 times already this season, and because I didn't clear that many zones, you lose out on all those clear bonuses, and that comes back to bite you later on in the season if you're trying for Kyber, which I don't really care. I mean, it's a little bit of extra reward, so why not try for it? But at the same time, I was having a lot of fun, and it ended up costing me. Right here is something I shouldn't have done. I threw Night Sisters in, no zombie, and I was trying to win to get that something Dathomir feat where they could get some kills. I needed a couple kills. That didn't work, so I wasted 20 points. But I figured I did have it to spare as long as I could, clear the rest of them. And I should have enough teams for that, since I don't really have to worry about his top zone. I'm not going to be able to get through all those GLs. I'll kill what I can, but once I get this bottom zone, I should be in good enough shape where I'll secure the win and enough points that when I get that win bonus, I'll hit that Kyber. I mean, he didn't make it easy, and I looked at my opponent. This guy was going to be stuck in a Rhodium regardless, so he really had no skin in the game. I think he put all 5 GLs out front just as a fuck you. I don't know. Make me earn it, I guess. But he didn't stack the bottom. So we'll do this, get more points, and there's no way in hell he's going through my bottom. So for forget it. You know, we'll just let it backfire and get Kyber anyway. Bounty hunters against his Boba here with Dengar and Zalbar. I mean, I figured they should work. Haven't really gone up against this team, I don't think, but it's a B team. These bounty hunters got enough survivability. They should be okay. Boss can kind of tank out the counters from Zalbar. Got the healing from Grief. Got Disintegrate up now, so can go ahead and use that. Just get Zalbar out of the way. Now we don't have to worry about taunts or anything slowing us down. Attack Boba. He's going to go down pretty easy, and now it's just Dengar. So he won't be much of a threat at all. Trying to heal back, get whatever points I can. Dang thermals, get you every time. Almost got Disintegrate up again. I don't know if I'll make it back around to that, but I mean, I do have it. We'll heal up with Grief, and there it is, Disintegrate. So we'll finish out with that. There we go, 54 banners. I was surprised that worked, but it worked. Next up, he's got this Kira with the Vet Squad. So I've got JTR with the Resistance Hero Bros. We should be able to go ahead and take them out without too much damage. Go after Han and get him stunned. I was like, can I take out Chewie here? I know you don't want to kill the leader or they start taking bonus turns and doing damage. So I went after Chewie, killed Chewie, had to take a hit from Han. We can take him out there. And now just go after Kira, and she goes down pretty easy. So 53 banners there. Next one up. So cleaning up, you know, this mess. I should have done this maybe from the get-go, but I really wanted to try and get that feat. So this team will work against Grievous with B1 and B2. Why wouldn't it work with Poggle and B1 and B2? So it should be a kind of an easier version of that team. We'll throw Mon Mothma, Cassian, and K2. Just going after B1 to get the stacks down. Once we can get him out of there, it'll be a lot easier. And then we'll deal with Poggle and B2. Don't have to worry about Grievous in there taking extra turns, doing big damage. So we'll just focus on one and then the other. It really doesn't matter. I don't think if we went after Poggle or B2 here, just take whoever we can get. Poggle keeps being annoying doing his little hits, but we are making progress on B2 right here. Just throw it on auto and let the AI speed through this, because it really doesn't matter if I do get the 54 banners. I mean, I'm trying to do as good as I can, get as many points as I can, but I don't think it would be a difference between like 51 or 54. Shouldn't matter too much. Go ahead and finish off Poggle here, and then go on to the next one. Almost got him down. Just let them keep going and doing their work. You know, all those debuffs and counterattacks. 34 banners on the cleanup. Now can use. Okay, I was thinking of what to use, and this isn't a set team that I've used, but I happen to have it left over, so I figured, why not? And it's Boba lead with Queel and then IG-11. I figured, why not use it here? It's ability block. I've got my execute. We'll go ahead and try it out and see how they do. And it's extra damage and whatnot for, you know, the others. Queel and IG make a pretty good pair. Lots of synergy, so Boba lead can't hurt. Look at that. I'm able to get right through that Maul team without any trouble, and I still end up getting a 53 on that. So that was a nice little combo there that I didn't even plan on. And with my score there, 24-46, that honestly should be enough. So if I just clear out a couple more teams just for the extra insurance, yeah, that'll be fine. I was checking to see if my opponent had done anything, and I forgot what I put in the back. I just put junk filler in the back, but I don't think he's gonna see that wall, you know, because there's 2 GLs he'd have to get through. That's what I got up top, and I was thinking about what teams he's got left in his roster. Theoretically, he could one-shot the top cleanly and make it through to my ships. I don't see him going clean through that. Like, with no GLs of his own, I don't think there's a way to counter the GLs I got there. And then I did put gas down, Rex clones, Han and Chewie are down there. Tried to make it as tough as I could. So, I don't know. I think I got him, but I'm still going to clear a couple more teams off the top. Just do the best that I can, and then we'll call it good for the season. Took in Vader, Thrawn, and Moff Gideon against his crew. You guys have seen this one a couple times, works pretty well. I just do Vader lead, that way the dots and everything will stick, and that way you can eventually just stack up enough to where you can do a massive Cullen Blade and take him out. Even though those effects will end up healing him up, protection and health wise, it's going to give you enough debuffs that you can end up getting rid of them. So go into Merciless, but I'll just basic all around and see what kind of damage I can do. Throw up some more debuffs. I just want to weaken them a little bit before I decide if I have enough debuffs to cull somebody. I don't really need the extra damage from Merciless. I want to try and land ability blocks so that I can get the stuns with Thrawn's basic, like I did on OG Kylo there. So we'll cull Fox and get him out. Now I'm just dealing with the two crews, two Kylos. Send it back over to Vader, trying to land that ability block. And I want to just hit him with Thrawn's basic to stun if I can. But then he ends up shrugging off the ability block by the time it's Thrawn's turn. So we'll hit him up with an armor shred. He just keeps countering. I'm like, should I go into Merciless here? Or should I drop dots? Does he have enough debuffs? In which I do. So I'll drop dots there, circle back around, and then once I go back around, I'll be able to do something. We'll throw a fracture down. Now I can make a move. So I was like, I got Cullen Blade, but we'll go into Merciless here. Throw the Cullet crew. Now just basic OG Kylo. He's got Retribution, so I do have to deal with his counters. Eventually I'll be able to do something to him. Throw some protection over to Gideon, take away his turn meter, throw some more dots on him. Look at that. It's just a process. I got armor shred, so we'll throw that on there. Just let him keep doing his thing. As soon as I can get back around and just cull him, that's it. So we cull him, 51 banners there, done with that team. I think I can take out a couple more of these, so that's what we'll do. He's got this Hux team with Red and Faust. So I was like, what do I use for this? Normally I use something like Han and Chewie, but I don't have them. So we're going to go Basti lead here with Grandmaster Yoda and then Jolie, just to help heal or bring somebody back if I end up getting unlucky. We got that starting protection cushion, and dang if we don't need it, because look, they like to go after Yoda here. And he's pretty squishy as is, so gotta be careful. I want to get Hux out because I can't get any bonus turn meter from Yoda doing his thing as long as Hux is there, and he just generally makes it annoying. So trying to keep doing damage to him when I can. We'll spread the buffs and get some foresight up. Hopefully help out at least a little bit. Save that dispel for whenever Faust does his taunt. I want to keep hold of that. Try and keep Yoda alive here. Call him to assist. Got him into the red. And there we go. He's gone. So once Hux is gone, makes it a little bit easier. Now I can go after red. There's the taunt that I was waiting for. So once I get back around to Basti, I'm going to strip that taunt and hopefully land a stun. We'll do a big hit on Faust anyway, see if we can't do anything. No. And there we go. Now it's Basti's turn. Strip the taunt, buff immunity, and stun, so that's good. And now we just go after red. Do whatever we can. And keep hitting him up, spread the buffs. Everybody buffed up and alive, that's good. Call Yoda to assist. All kinds of good stuff. So making progress, just takes a minute to get where you want. Almost got him though. If I can just get him out of here, we'll be sitting pretty. There we go. Gone, and now it's just the tank left. He can't kill anybody, so we should be in good shape. It just takes a minute to get him down is all. Everybody's got buffs, doing plenty of damage. He's in the yellow. Try and stun him again, and it did work. So there we go. Look at that. And ended up getting 53 banners. Not too bad. You know, all these worked out. So he's got this Grievous team up, and it's Grievous, but with Dooku and Nest on there. I haven't had to fight this team, I don't think. It's kind of interesting. So I definitely wouldn't have used Mon Mothma here. I wouldn't have tried that. But since I had the Triumvirate available, I figured might as well go ahead and use that here. Try and take out Dooku on his own, and then now I only have to deal with the two of them. So I got Nest here. If I can just keep her sidelined, she's isolated. Doesn't matter if I go after Grievous now, there's no other droids to take the focus away from him. So I can just keep attacking him. And then once Annihilate comes up, I'll figure out what I can do with that, like who's the bigger threat. So we'll see where I'm at. They're going after Nihilus here, which is not good. I definitely don't want to lose him. You know, he's going to be my KO on somebody here. We'll go ahead and hit Grievous with the saber throw. Got him into the red. AoE here. Trying to keep healed up. So who's the bigger threat? Grievous is almost dead, and Nest is over there. So I went ahead and annihilated Nest. I figured Grievous is in the red, maybe I can just KO him. And I was able to. Not pretty, 50 banners only. But that was it anyway. That was, I guess, the best I could do. The last two squads up there are GLs, and there's nothing that's going to take those out. So I don't know how exciting this match was for you, but that was it. I cleared off the bottom two sections. That plus the win bonus is going to be enough to put me into Kyber. And that's it. I was waiting to see if my opponent attacked. I did all this stuff at night, and then I went to sleep. No message from my opponent, no attack, no nothing. He didn't end up attacking at all. Like, didn't even try, because there was no point. Like, there's no way you could beat that score. So that was it. I got the win. I beat him. I did end up making Kyber, just barely, but I got it, guys. So that's how we wrap up this season. All the messing around, and still got it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next season. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.